Welcome. Welcome to Soaring to New Heights with Teaching Books, connecting readers to the digital books they love. My name is Margaret Gaudino. I'm the coordinator in school library media programs in Montgomery County Public Schools, Maryland. And today we're going to take a look at how Teaching Books and Sora can pair or partner together to engage our readers in the authors and the books that they love. So please feel free to use the URL on the main screen or to scan the QR code to access teachingbooks.net and freely explore on your own. So I'll give you a minute to do that. So let's talk about teachingbooks.net. So what is teachingbooks.net? Whoops. So teachingbooks.net is a collection of over 300,000 resources that connect students and staff, your teachers, to authors and books. So this is teachingbooks.net, and you can browse resources. You can look at children's and teens, educators and adult resources. So I'm going to click on Browse Resources, and you can browse by collections. So you can see that there's collections of resources by grade level, by curriculum content area, by genre, and even by cultural experience. So if I select a cultural experience, I can see that there are thousands of books and resources connected to those books. Some of those resources could be authors' introductions. They can be book trailers. They can be audio excerpts. So if I open up The Day You Begin, I can see that there are video book readings, there are book trailers, there's Meet the Author recordings, audio excerpts, and even further down, there are book guides, activities, and lessons all connected to that book. And the beauty of teachingbooks.net is that anywhere you see this little red arrow to share, you can share out those resources with your staff and your students. That's teachingbooks.net, and we're going to dive into some of those resources. Okay. Sora, what is Sora? So Sora is the student digital ebook collection. So if you're used to Libby at the public library, Sora is that student version. So it's a student app where you can create collections of digital ebooks, digital audiobooks for your students to access. So today we're going to take a look at how we can use both of those resources together to engage our students into the books they love. Okay, so remember how I showed you that little red arrow? So in teachingbooks.net, one of the things that you can do is you can create print book talkers. So an example is on your chair, and book talkers allow your students to get a little bit of information about a book before they want to check the book out. So you'll notice in the screen, you see the book sitting with the book talkers. Okay, so a book talker can be created by any talking resource in teachingbooks.net with a click of an arrow. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So Nick just launched us into the application itself because I'm going to show you some of those options. But I know a lot during when we came back after COVID and our students had a lot of contactless access to resources in the library, we helped our media specialists create a lot of book talkers for their entire collection. So the book talkers can actually hang right over the book like you see in the photo. They can hang below on a shelf. They could be part of a bulletin board. And the QR code takes you to that talking resource in teachingbooks.net. Okay, so let's take a look at how that looks. All right, so I'm looking at look both ways, the tale told in 10 blocks, and you'll notice that there's a total of 56 resources within there, and these 4 across the top, the Meet the Author recording, the audio excerpt, the video book recording, and the book trailer, those all can be made into a print shelf talker. So let's say I want my students to know a little bit about and see a book trailer about the book before they decide they want to check it out of the library. I'm going to click on the video book trailer. All right. So here's a book trailer right here. I'll play it just for a minute so you can see it. Okay. And I want to create a book, a shelf talker for this particular resource. All I have to do is select the share button right here. All right, and I've got a share option. I'm going to share just that resource. And you can see I can create a bookmark, a flyer, a label sheet, all about this book trailer. Okay, but I want a shelf talker. So I'm going to click shelf talker. And there you have it, like that. Print, hang, access to the resource. Okay. Right. An audio, an excerpt, a video, any talking resource. Okay. Has to be a talking resource. And again, it was just to share this page and it created this shelf talker. Okay. So here's a couple examples of the shelf talkers right there. All right, so you want to amp up your game a little bit? We like to connect our shelf talkers with our full book reading in our Sora shelf. So we have both the teachingbooks.net and we purchase a large collection, digital collection of ebooks and audiobooks in Sora. So you can simply take the shelf talker, copy it, paste it into your favorite online platform. It could be Canva, it could be Google, a Google Slide, a Google Doc, and then grab the Sora URL. I pasted it into a QR code right there. So now on my shelf talker, the students have access to the book trailer. And if they like it, then they can click onto that URL in the or click on this QR code, scan the QR code, and go directly to the book record in Sora. So that's just one way that we connect both our Sora and our teachingbooks.net. And Nick wants to add more thing. He's my partner in crime here.
So this is what Margie just did is exactly why Teaching Books joined Overdrive. So Teaching Books is a library of resources. We have no books. We're here to bring to life and uplift whatever book you're reading. And now here's Sora, this amazing platform with books. And what Margie just did is exactly why we're here. She took the book and the resources and found a way to immediately identify them, connect them for the reader, and promote them together. At some point, we'll have more of Teaching Books in Sora than we already have. But right now, this is exactly why we're here. And I just want to point out, thank you. That just makes me so happy to see.
We need to double microphones, don't we, Nick? There you go. Okay, so not only can you create print resources such as bookmarks and labels, and we're going to go into that a little bit more towards the end. Teaching Books has a lot of options for sharing the content in digital spaces. And I know that when I work with teachers, they're too busy to look into all of the resources and they want to share, they want to see what we have. And so sharing within a digital space not only helps with the planning of the teaching, but also links the resources to our students and our school community through those social media platforms. So Teaching Books allows you to share as an email. So if you take a look at the image on the left, that's an email, very colorful. Hey, here's a resource, here's a book and all the resources that go with it. It's nice and bright. It pops right up in the email. Nobody can miss it. You can also share via any learning media learning management program that you have. So if you have Canvas, you can embed digital content into a Canvas assignment. You can put it in a Google Classroom. So as an announcement or as an assignment, you can also share on Facebook and Twitter. So you'll see examples of a Google Classroom and a tweet that I put out about this product. Okay, so I'll show you how that works. All right, so here's my Curse Carnival. And remember I said earlier, anytime you see a red arrow, you can share that teaching books product. Okay, and there you go. Thank you, Nick. And earlier with the book talkers, remember it was only talking resources, so audio or video excerpts. Well, you can also share, I could share this whole page with all of these resources. So all the author interviews, the book guides, the lessons. And these are things that the teachers want, but they don't want to go about looking for them themselves. So you can just click right on that share button, and that will share everything that's included in that resource. And again, I could make a bookmark and a flyer and a label sheet. I can't make that book talker because it's a bunch of resources that's print inclusive. But if I come down here on the digital platforms, you can see where you can email, you can put it into Google Classroom, you can embed it. Yep, you can also do the direct URL. So if you don't have, if you're creating an assignment or a lesson, the direct URL could go right in there. But any one of these that you click on will create a little form you fill out. Twitter and Facebook will take you right to the platform. You fill out and shoot those resources right out through there. Right. There's no login. So you're sharing the resources and the students and the teachers get those resources. Right. No, just the statistics. So if you want to see who's used, like how much of the resource has been used, what resources, all of your usage statistics point right back to your district account. Yes, there's books in all different languages, and I'll open up a book and you can see books in different languages. There's Spanish. We do. Yes. And I've even seen ASL. Yeah, we can show you that at the end. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Yes, and I'll show you all those filters and those searches as well. All right. So I want to share one thing that we did and we continue to do, connecting and sharing the teaching books resources along with Sora in digital spaces. So you can see on the slide on the left, this is an example of a slide that was taken out of an author study on Jacqueline Woodson. And within the author study, there was a series of slides that had each one of the books that Jacqueline Woodson wrote, appropriate for the group that they were, that was part of that book group for the summer school. And you'll notice that on the one side, students can click and listen to an excerpt, and I'm going to play that in a second, of the book. And then if they like that, then they could come to Sora and read the full book in Sora. So first, I'm going to click on the slide so you can see it in live time. And again, we had a whole set of these slides. And I'll go ahead and let you listen to the quality of these resources.
Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field, frozen with snow. Langston Hughes.
A little bit, yeah. So that was a quick excerpt And you'll be able to hear it when you scan your QR code. If you, the quality of the excerpts are awesome.
The effort to be accessible, all of the read-alongs can be translated into 109 languages. So if you have a family that only reads Arabic, then when they're playing it, the audio doesn't change. It'll still be Jackie Wilson reading John Welch reading or whatever it was. But the text and the timing is still set so that it's in their native language. 109 different languages to be converted. We try to always be inclusive to uplift everyone's relationship to whatever book they're reading.
Right. Right. And as Nick said, everything, the scripts for all of the audio excerpts are there. And there's even some vision support as well. Okay. All right. So then what we did is we had the students be able to access the book record within Sora. So then they could immediately go to Sora and borrow that book. So there's that connection again between the teaching books and the Sora. All right. Okay, some other things that you can do in some extra, I know we have a little bit more time left. So some extra things that Sora has. Sora now has a direct connection to teachingbooks.net. So when students are in the Explore page of their Sora reading app, they can actually click on to teachingbooks.net and they can get to games, book trailers, audio excerpts, author interviews. And I'll show you what one of those looks like. One of my favorite to do with our students is to create a jigsaw puzzle book cover. A great idea to do some pre-reading activities. Let's choose 16, break it apart. So students can make predictions about books. They can talk about what they think might be happening, what the book is going to be about. That's just a fun game. But students can get to those things directly from Sora. So there's even a timer if you want to time yourself on those books, puzzles.
Add the back image, that button there.
Yep, you can add the image back and then talk about some of that. Yeah. So.
Every book has this.
Yeah.
Every book, every book has a puzzle, and it works really well on your mobile devices as well.
Right. Right. So again, students can quickly access book trailers, book readings, author introductions, games, and more. All right, I know we're almost out of time here, but real quick, we could be here all day. I could show you every resource in teachingbooks.net. Just a couple more resources. Teaching Books has two great widgets. The books of the day that changes daily. So today on teachingbooks.net, and the literary calendar. You can take those widgets and embed them onto your school website, your library website. We actually have ours in our Destiny Library catalog main page. Mm-hmm.
It's actually widgets. Update, we added it last week. That's it.
All right.
So every moment you want a resource, scan this every day with the resource of the day.
Right.
Try to give all of this, don't have it possible.
Right, and so here's our library page, and we have the teaching books of the day. Students, parents can click right on that link and get that resource about the author or about the book itself. So it takes them right into it without even a login. Some other things that I love as an educator is there's a ton of ideas for book promotion. There's printables, there's the shelf talkers as I showed you. There's a lot of built-in lessons, ideas, so many resources on teachingbooks.net. You got your whole week planned out just by using those resources. Again, we could be here all day, but I know our time's up. I want to thank you so much for stopping by and hearing about Teaching Books and Sora. Check them out. Talk to Nick for more information about Teaching Books, and our Sora reps over here for more information. And I think now it's time for our raffle.